Hey everybody.
Don't pretend you didn't know it was being recorded.
I'm gonna cut that out now.
No, you're not. You're gonna use it in the intro.
Okay, whatever.
Hi, intro. Action.
Hello. So, we've made spaghetti squash before, and we're just gonna make a recipe today that's gonna be a little bit different, a little more robust and flavorful, and just all around better, I think. Instead of just having like a marinara sauce on top of your spaghetti squash, this will bring your taste buds to life. So come on over.
And zhuzh it up.
Why'd you have to say that?
Because you said you were gonna say it, you never said it.
So we got the spaghetti squash here. I'll show you how to do that properly and everything soon. And then I'm gonna have some peppers and onion. I'm gonna cut those up. And then we're gonna saute them in some olive oil. And then I'm gonna add some seasonings to it. And got some fresh oregano, some shallots. And the store I went to ran out of fresh garlic, so I didn't want to get the already chopped garlic that's in like all the citric acid and everything. So I got this instead. Tomato sauce, tomato paste, some herbs, some Parmesan cheese, some sun-dried tomato halves with herbs. And then I've got some capers and some hot Italian sausages. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna preheat the oven at 400 degrees. Like so. And then take your spaghetti squash and bring it over here.
That just doesn't look right.
So with the spaghetti squash, you're basically just going to want to cut it in half, but I'm going to go ahead and cut the top off. Got to fight them a little bit because they're pretty dense. And then I'm going to cut the whole thing in half. Be very careful. Make sure you keep your hand nice and flat. Just get in there. And then you're going to take the seeds out in a second, but let me go ahead and do the other one real quick. Now I'm going to grab a spoon. Then you're going to take out all of this junk in the middle. Spaghetti squash is a good, healthier alternative than pasta. It's really good and high in fiber. Different texture though, so you just got to be ready for the different texture and different flavor, of course. There's one part done. You don't have to get it like completely clear. You mainly wanting to get the seeds out because that's not going to be a very pleasant bite if they're in there. See how big those seeds are? Alright, so now this is ready. Actually what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna get some olive oil, and I'm gonna use, why do I keep wanting to say actually? I'm gonna use some of the olive oil and the oils out of that to spread into your spaghetti squash. Just because it's gonna have good tomato flavor and it's got some herbs in it. I was looking for a specific roasted tomato, but this will do. I'm gonna cut it with a little bit of just regular olive oil. And I'm gonna baste the squash with it. You wanna make this as flavorful as possible, because if you don't, it's just gonna be a bland pile of stringy squash. No bueno. Just make sure you get it real good. Cover every part. Great sound effects. I don't know if you can hear it, but.
Not really on the camera.
I apologize ahead of time. Our neighbors are hammering something into the wall, so if you hear that, it's not me. It's our splendid neighbors. All right, now that's nice and coated and covered. Now I'm gonna grab some salt and pepper. Actually, I got oil all over my hands. Let me give them a rinse. Some salt and pepper. Let's do pepper first. Ooh, of course. This will also be good for people who have a gluten intolerance. Squash is gluten-free. And then I'm actually gonna add, I said actually again, garlic powder and onion powder, just to
Zhuzh it up.
Zhuzh it up. Then it all goes onto a sheet pan. Ooh. Face down. Try and fit it on your pan the best you can, to where it can breathe a little bit. That'll work best there. And then you're gonna stab it a few times with the fork.
This gives me anxiety.
Why, you think I'm gonna stab my hand? I'm a professional. And then you're gonna wanna cook these for 30 minutes to an hour. I know that's a big window, but you want it to have some bite left onto it, but you don't want it to be soggy. I'm gonna set a timer for 30 minutes. Is that 30 seconds?
That's 30 minutes.
That's 30 minutes.
Yeah.
All right. So that's going now. Get rid of this cutting board.
Okay, you can start now.
Alright, so first I'm going to get the onion chopped up. This is a sweet Vidalia onion. I want to have something slightly sweet in there since I'm going to have the hot Italian sausage in it. Don't do it. Now I'm just going to take the onion and I'm going to do julienne on it. Throw a lot in her. We want this sauce to have a good texture and bite to it rather than it just being a plain like marinara sauce with chunks of tomato throughout it. That's boring. There's your onions. Oh, I left the root on it. Take the peppers. I'm going to do these. I'm still going to do a julienne on these, but I'm going to do them slightly different. That way they're not so big. Just watch your fingers. Do not cut your fingers. I'm going to cut it in half here. Then I'm going to cut it in half here again. That way they're smaller and not so huge. And it's going in a tomato sauce so they don't have to look perfect. My hand is slipping up the knife. There we go. See, that way you have more of a, oh look, some onion. You have a bit of a smaller bite to it. The oven's preheated.
I was gonna say, are you gonna get in the frame? But you did. Your eye did.
And today's Drink You Drink is brought to you by Jeremy Heath.
And my rice boy.
Always remember to wash your produce. I washed beforehand, so you didn't get to see that part. But here's all of the beautiful peppers. Fairly uniform. Now I'm gonna do my shallots. So with the shallots, I'm just gonna keep them round because it's easier because these are super small. You can do a fine dice on them or whatever, but I want to be able to taste them really good and have a bite of them.
Oh no!
Accidents happen.
No!
No shallots left behind.
Can you peel off the outer layer? Okay.
So with the shallots, I'm actually going to cut them in half. That way they don't roll all over the place. Cut it in half and just go just like this.
You're gonna cook those down a lot, right?
Oh, kicked you in the mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to cook them down a lot.
It's like a really strong red onion.
Alright, that's done. Wait till you try the finished product. Put some olive oil into the pan and start heating that up.
I'm coming over there. You wait. Wow.
I waited.
Didn't wait. There you go.
Start heating this up and then just coat it really good and start heating her up. So now I'm gonna cook these in the pan first to get some flavor going in the pan before I add the peppers, onions, and shallots. That's all I need for now. Drink time. I was gonna cook these, well, I could do the onions and stuff first, you're right. But the plan was to cook it, crisp it up, take it out, then put the onions and stuff in, then take those out, put them in, put the sausage back in, and then put the capers and the sun-dried tomatoes in it.
You have no idea how zoomed in I am right now.
Well, now while we're waiting for that to heat up, I'm gonna go ahead and pour in a can of this tomato sauce. So I'm just gonna do one can for now, but I have another can just in case.
Paper.
Oh yeah, yummy. Here you go. You want
No, it went in there.
And then I want the sauce to be thick, so I'm gonna add tomato paste as well. Grab a spoon, use about half the can. That helps give it some body and it not be super runny because your spaghetti squash is gonna release some water. Pan's getting nice and warm. Yes, it is. Now I'm going to add my sausage and my 3 little mess ups. Also turn my sauce on here. I'm not gonna use my wooden spoon in the sauce, it'll dye your fork or your spoon. So I'm gonna use plastic. And I'm gonna add some seasonings to that. Garlic and onion powder, about 4 teaspoons. A few teaspoons of these, onion and garlic salt. I'm gonna add in my garlic paste. They say 1 teaspoon is 1 fresh clove of garlic. We like it garlicky. You can really start smelling the sausage. You want to crisp up that skin some. Yeah, once these are cooked, I'm going to give them a little taste. It's been a long time since I've had this brand of Italian sausage, so I just want to see if it needs any more flavor. It should be very flavorful since it's a hot Italian sausage, but sometimes you get disappointed I'm gonna add some dry herbs to my sauce. Some Italian seasoning. Got some oregano. Oh, turn around. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. Yeah. You're welcome. And I'm just making sure the sausage rolls around. See, I totally did this on purpose.
Yeah, totally.
Totally. Roll in. And it's honestly okay right now if you don't cook it all the way. You just kind of really want to crisp it up on the outside. And then we're going to cut it. You can see how much fat's coming out of that. It's going to be really good all in all with the onions. Stop zooming in on my face. I can see it in the lens. Zoom out. Zoom out. You're zooming in more. Thank you. That's so good. It's not super in your face. Is it spicy enough? Or should I add that? That's really good, right?
Yeah, definitely add some spice to it.
I'm gonna go ahead and add that into the sauce. Not too much. A little bit goes a long way. So the sausage is better than I remember. But she said, oh hey, you're still recording. I know they're not cooked all the way through yet, but they'll carry over a bit. I'm gonna cut those up in a few minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my shallots.
Cook them down.
Cook them down. Oh yes, you can smell it. You can see all of that fat that came out of the sausage plus the fat from the olive oil. Alright. So once the sauce bubble, tomato sauce really hurts when it hits you. But the
Pretty.
shallots. Talking about the pretty sausage grease. Ow, I touched the pan, that was hot. Oh, in this video I'm using cast iron again. Look at this beautiful color that's forming here. I'm gonna go ahead and add the onions in now. You can see the shallots look super yummy now. Just keep it moving, you don't want your shallots to burn. Oops, man overboard. Let that sit for a minute. And add a little splash of red wine. Bring out some more flavor.
Tab again.
That cook down. Let that wine reduce really nicely. Or while that's cooking, I say while that's waiting, I'm gonna see if I can cut up this sausage a little bit better now. Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah, clean cut.
It's still a little raw in the center, but we're gonna recook it anyways. Maybe I should have cooked more sausage. And you're gonna want to make sure you get all that wondrous fat back into the pan. Now the sausage is all cut up. Give this a stir. Don't touch the hot pan with bare hands.
Get it? Bare hand?
Oh, with my hand there. What's up? Now these are starting to get a really nice color. Now I'm going to add my peppers to this. Pretty colors. Now if you were making like a pepper, onions, and Italian sausage dish, you would get this all together, pour some tomato sauce into it with the garlic, and then let the sausage cook in the sauce and everything, so all that flavors throughout. So we're being different, and we want a really chunky sauce. So let these...
A really crispy sausage.
Yeah. And now we're going to let these peppers cook down now, get nice and crispy. See, they're getting nice and good looking, like me. Maybe. So at this point, it's gonna keep stirring this up. You can see it's absorbed all of that sausagey goodness that was on the bottom. I'm gonna add a little squirty squirt of garlic into this. This is actually better than I thought it was gonna be. So make sure you turn your heat down first, because I have a feeling this is gonna burn super fast, so you're not careful with it. And I like texture, so I'm gonna add this in just a few minutes, where it still has a little bit of a bite to it. This is gonna be yummy. All right, I'm gonna dump this into the sauce. Remember, use a towel because this pan's hot.
And be very careful.
Just scrape all of that goodness in there. I'm gonna see what this looks like now once it's mixed. This is looking...
This isn't gonna be a boring spaghetti squash meal at all.
No, I like it. So now I'm gonna check the squash. One way you can do it. Oh goodness, I got steamed. So you can poke it. If it's starting to get softer, it'll be closer to being ready, but that still needs some time. So for presentation with this, you can either leave it in the whole squash and just put everything on top, or you can scrape it all out. Well, actually, you would want to scrape it first and then put everything on top. Or you can scrape it all out, put it onto a plate, and then present it. Make it look pretty.
Keep it moving. That's one of your sayings.
Keep it moving, keep it moving. I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil back into this.
Guys, comment below. Do I talk too much in his videos?
I cut you out most of the time.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna add the sausage back in. Oops. Try and get all of that in there. I took the peppers and onions out just because I wanted them to be in the sauce. And then this is also an option where you can, well, of course I use the sausage fat to cook that, but you can totally exclude that part and just cook it in the olive oil. And it will still be really good. You just might want to season it up a little bit. I want the good crispiness in the sausage. I want it to brown up real nice, and then I'm going to add in the capers and then the sun-dried tomatoes into it. You can see really crisping up now. If you would have cooked it all the way through, the more I'm making this, it would have been super dried out. So as this is crisping up, I'm going to go ahead and drain off. I'm going to drain off some of the oil.
A little burst of flavor right there.
So you can see how happy this looks now. I'll go ahead and add some of these in here. Do about half those. And then I'm going to do a decent amount of capers. I'm going to take that off the burner, let it slow cook a little bit longer. Look at that, that's going to be good. But you can smell the capers cooking. This is going to be yummies.
Flavorful. You're gonna cut that out.
No, I'm not.
Me talking?
No, me eating.
Oh, so you're gonna crop out me talking.
Yeah, maybe. So another thing we're going to do is I'm going to take this bread here and I'm going to warm it up, make it a little crispy on the outside, and then I'm going to make a dipping sauce like you would get at an Italian restaurant with like olive oil.
Good apple.
Olive oil, some herbs, some salt, some pepper. So I'm going to take the bread, I'm going to leave it whole and cook it so it's crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. We really like dipping sauce for our bread. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and add in some oregano, just a little bit. We love oregano.
Out of what?
I don't know what I just said. Salt and pepper. And I'm going to add some Italian seasoning to it too. Dip your bread into that. It's going to be yummies.
I figured as much.
Oh, that's sun-dried tomato. Alright, we're going to give the squash another look. Yeah, now you can see it's browning up real nice. That means it's cooking real good. I'll put it on your hot burner so you can see how it's steaming up real nice. It's almost translucent slightly. Why you fight me? Oh, I like me, buddy. There we go. Look at that beautifulness there. You can smell how good it smells. Yeah. That
Smelly
makes sense.
smell that smells smelly.
Yes. So I'm going to use the tongs. I'm going to hold it because if you try and hold it with your hand, it's going to be no bueno. You can see how it goes just like that. Well, I'm going to throw the bread in real fast. So there you can really see it. You can feel it that it's not super soft. It's got a bite left to it. And while we're waiting for the bread to cook, I'm going to go ahead and get ready and start plating this for you. Now this is super flimsy. So you're going to want to be as careful as possible and super hot. So I'm going to take it like this. I'm going to set it right here and just fork it out onto the plate. Look how much you get from half of a spaghetti squash. But just try and get it all out. Such a huge portion. That's why I made so much sauce, because I like sauce. So I'm going to take the sauce now, put this right over the top here. Oh, buddy. Don't do too much for presentation. No. Do you think that's good? Yeah. And then I'm going to come over here, get some sausage. And then you can put your bread right here when it's done. But I'm not done yet. So I'm gonna get some Parmesan, some fresh oregano. You can literally just take this oregano, break it off like this, and just rip it and put it on top. It's gonna add a good herbiness to your bite. I should have did the Parmesan cheese first. Why don't I think? And then add some good shredded or shaved Parmesan cheese onto the top, just like that. I cut this on a nice bias here. Don't push the knife into it, let it do the work. Then take your bread, go just like that. Oh, I couldn't wait, sorry. I'm gonna drizzle some of this over top.
When in reality, we gonna be dipping.
I'm gonna dip it. Look at that. Look at that pretty color. Mm-hmm. So what you think? Is that a good one?
I think I'm ready to freaking eat.
That looks like a good one. I gotta get a picture before I start eating it. Oh.
Taste it time.
Taste it time. So let me just go ahead and do this real quick. Where's the caper? I need you, buddy. There we go. That is a very flavorful bite. So good. So good.
Way to take a boring meal and make it not boring.
Mm-hmm. And then I take this here.
Some cheese.
Get some cheese. Some sauce. And put a little piece of sausage on top. It's gonna be the perfect bite. I think this is a great big mission accomplished.
It went better than you thought it would.
It went way better than I thought it would. So, let's do the part we have to do.
Goodbye for now.
You messed me up. Let's do the part. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Use the hashtag Cheffin with Cheffrey on Instagram. If you try to make this dish or any other dish, I would love to see what you can do and present it and just make
I
fun
love
times.
that you scratched your leg in the shot.
I don't care, my leg itches. I'm gonna scratch it. So thank you for watching, and on this video I'm gonna have a little video on the side, and it's gonna be one of my sister's videos from you guys, so check that out please.
A vlog.
Of a vlog of
With
a trip
you in
from
it.
somewhere. It'll be a fun one, I promise. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye. Oh, drink. Okay, we're done. You still recording? Why are you still recording? You know eat? You know eat.
Okay, I eat.